Okay, process optimization. You are responsible for the ETL process. They extract data from multiple relational databases, transforms it using complex business logics, and loads into data warehouse. However, the current ETL process is slow as not meeting the business requirements for timely data availability. How would you optimize the ETL's process to improve its performance? What techniques or technologies would you consider? Oh, yeah, I need to think about this one. The reason why I need to think about this one is because I don't really do a lot of, like processing data from the relational databases to move into data warehouses. That's not very often what I do. So I guess so first of all, having your data and then running a query to extract these things from the same database, even to extract those and set into data warehouse, is a little bit tricky. Because if you're using your relational database for production purposes and you're now trying to extract the data for the reporting analytics, what you will end most likely doing, you will end up locking all the tables, and your database will basically be unusable and your production will suffer. So we don't want to do any of that. So first thing what you need to do is you need to, in my opinion, you need to find a process of the replicating your data into a different database, right? Automatically replicating. Now here comes a couple interesting things. You could replicate that in the different data base like MySQL or Postgres. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe it is. Maybe, I know there is a bunch of sort of like CDC projects. CDC content change? No, what's it like? Constant change something? I don't know. What's the name of those? What is the name of process which checks database changes all the time and pushes it to Kafka, for example? Yeah, I don't think this can answer me. Let's ask here. Change capture, CDC, yes, change capture, change data capture, right? So this is what I was thinking, correct? So you would want to use something like that to capture all the changes in your database and then push that into your data warehouse, or push that into Kafka and then consume and write into data warehouse. Now, why you want to do that? Because you want to basically like reduce the load on your production databases so you could run all the heavy analytics, because for analytics we kind of like do a very different approach to the things and stuff like that. So I think this would be my answer for this approach, is that first of all I would introduce CDC, right? So let's try to first of all, to get an actual performance, I would introduce CDC process to these databases. This will make sure that any of my analytical queries would not kill production database. Right, so this is sort of like one thing. and basically load into data warehouse. Now, the thing is, this is where the game plan or the gameplay have changes dramatically, because the initial question was about the ETLs, you know, like and reading the data from relational database being slow, and the way how you can improve that is by adding the indices, for example. But by introducing this, we actually changing the game plan completely, because we don't really now relying on the relational database. We actually will be relying on the, you know, like on the data warehouse to do the, you know, the heavy liftings. So let's add additional comment. By introducing CDC, we do not need to add indices or any other way improve performance on our relational databases. All the heavy lifting from now on will be done in data warehouse. Okay, and let's submit this answer and let's see how that will. Okay, that's a great approach for optimizing process. Let's break down the key points you have made and elaborate on those. Introducing CDC, performance optimization, and offloading, data extraction, reducing load in relational databases. Yes. Yes, shifting heavy lifting, scalability and flexibility. I like this question. I mean, I think I like my answer, not as my question, because I have dealt with something like that in the past, long time ago, and there is a way how you can do that, and this is just basically, you know, like you replicating to the different database, you adding the certain indices, and sort of like the things are working and they working pretty well, but. Yeah, but it's still, at the end of the day, I think the CDC is the right approach to this. Yeah.